Cybersecurity is essential today. That's not news. Stories of cyber attacks are rampant in the media, and most everyone knows it's important to lock down data and systems to the highest extent possible. But that lockdown isn't a one-and-done deal. It's a process of maintaining a high level of cyber hygiene. Cyber hygiene isn't that different from personal hygiene, really. Individuals maintain their hygiene by taking regular, precautionary measures to help ensure their health. Flossing to minimize cavities, hand washing to limit the spread of germs, you get the gist. Organizations can maintain their cyber hygiene and limit or prevent data breaches and other security incidents by following precautionary measures too. In this video, we'll go over the essential basics about cyber hygiene. But for a deeper dive, explore our complete collection on all things cyber hygiene by clicking the link above or the link in the description below. Good cyber hygiene minimizes the risk of operational interruptions, data compromise, and data loss. Poor cyber hygiene can lead to security incidents, data compromise, and data loss. The consequences of a cyber attack can be dire: financial loss, government fines, operational downtime, organizational upheaval, reputation damage, and even legal liability. So the benefits of good cyber hygiene are obvious, but not easy. Common challenges include complexity, monotony, and user buy-in. Complexity in today's enterprise is a big hurdle because of the sheer volume of users, devices, and assets, which are often distributed across hybrid and multi-cloud environments. Then there's the monotony. As an objective, cyber hygiene is never complete. It requires security practitioners and end users to routinely engage in a never-ending stream of important, but often mundane, behaviors and tasks. Likely some people, or maybe most, will shelve their cyber hygiene practices for the next day and the next. Then there's the challenge of getting user buy-in. IT security teams can't achieve good cyber hygiene on their own. They need the support and engagement of the employees throughout their organization. Cybersecurity is everyone's responsibility, and everyone in the organization needs to prioritize cyber hygiene. Don't know where to start to achieve good cyber hygiene? Some first steps users can take include these 5 best practices. First, do regular backups. Keep copies of important files in a separate, secure location. That way, they're safe even if the primary network is compromised. Second, get educated. Business or IT leaders should have training programs in place for employees to participate in so that everyone in the organization knows how to avoid getting hooked by phishing scams. Third, use encryption. Device and file encryption helps protect sensitive data. Next, practice password hygiene. Use hard-to-guess passwords and employ technology like multi-factor authentication. And finally, be discreet online. Don't post any personal information a bad actor could use to guess or reset a password or otherwise gain access to private accounts. Also, be aware of what personal information is already available online, because cybercriminals could use it in social engineering attacks. In addition to best practices used at the individual level, organizations should have basic enterprise security technologies in place, like firewalls, anti-malware, and antivirus software. Of course, to protect IT assets, you have to first know they exist. That's where cybersecurity asset management comes into play. This involves discovery, inventory, management, and tracking of an organization's assets with the goal of protecting them. In addition, regular patch management keeps software updated. Organizations must take care to add security patches to company-owned devices. And users, the same goes for any personal devices you use for work. The security team can put in place what's known as allow listing, which provides a select list of applications, processes, and files users can access. There's also the process of block listing, which provides a list users cannot access. Then there are methods of authentication and access control. Authentication means confirming that a user or device is who or what they claim to be. The most rudimentary method is knowledge-based authentication, which requires a user to share pre-established credentials, such as a username and password or PIN. Multi-factor authentication, or MFA, requires 2 or more authentication factors, such as a password and a one-time code sent to the user's cell phone or email address. Biometric authentication uses biological identifiers, such as fingerprint scanning or facial recognition. Common access control mechanisms include role-based access control, which grants network permissions based on a user's formal position in an organization. There's also something known as the principle of least privilege, which grants users access to only the assets they absolutely need to do their jobs. Good cyber hygiene requires IT security leaders to periodically review user access entitlement to ensure no one has outdated or inappropriate privileges, which could compromise the overall security posture. Endpoint security is also important. These tools identify, manage, and secure devices ranging from PCs to IoT nodes. Any organization that relies on infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, or software as a service should consider implementing a Cloud Access Security Broker, or CASB. A CASB gives an organization greater visibility into employee usage of cloud-based applications, as well as greater control over the security of cloud-based data. Other key security tools IT and security departments can put into place are an incident response and management strategy. This includes setting up a team that combines executive, technical, operational, legal, and public relations expertise. This group documents the who, what, when, why, and how of its anticipated incident response, creating a plan that will offer clear direction in a future crisis. Network segmentation. Segmenting the network limits how far cybercriminals can move if they do manage to get inside a network. This will mitigate the damage and scope of an attack. Secure remote access. The pandemic made almost everyone a remote worker temporarily. It's likely a sizable portion of your workforce is still working off-site. So, secure remote access will continue to be of critical importance in the vast majority of enterprises. This means considering a variety of technologies, including CASBs and firewalls, along with VPNs, Secure Access Service Edge, and Zero Trust Network Access. A cybersecurity program is only as good as its ability to recognize inappropriate or suspicious activity in the IT environment. This includes logging and storing security events, ensuring the accuracy and integrity of logs, analyzing log data to identify problems, and using logging tools to manage event volume. Regularly scanning the network for threats and vulnerabilities using tools such as SIM or vulnerability scanners is another important cyber hygiene activity because it flags both potential active threats and points of weakness where attackers could gain access. Finally, there are email security measures. These involve an array of technologies, techniques, and practices to keep cybercriminals from gaining unauthorized access to email accounts and message content. And like all cyber hygiene measures, email security is the joint responsibility of organizations and individuals. At the organizational level, it should be a top priority to establish an email security policy that is effective and up-to-date. Informative, clear, and concise policies establish cultural norms and set behavioral expectations around the safe use of email. It's important to outline email's inherent risk and dispel any false sense of security employees might have in using this ubiquitous technology. On the technical side, IT can employ anti-malware, anti-spam, email security gateways, and email filtering to further mitigate risk. I can't say it enough. Cyber hygiene means constant vigilance. It requires an array of habits, practices, and initiatives on the part of both organizations and users. These will change over time as new techniques are developed and new technology comes on the market. But the goal stays the same: achieving and maintaining the healthiest possible security posture in order to keep your organization secure.